Hi. Okay, so the concept that I want to talk about is group privilege. I used to think that people thought that white people inherited what they got or they got handed what they have, and that white people don't know what poor really is. I would get mad because I grew up poor. My family got clothes that were donated from the church, and my mom went to school and I watched her struggle, and I'm doing the same thing right now. Um, But there have been a few things in my life that have really shown me what it means to have group privilege. One of the first things that brought an attention to a real difference is when me and my boyfriend at the time took in his nephew. His nephew is half black and half white. And when we went shopping, we were watched while we were shopping, and we were followed. I had never had that happen before. And also when I had my son, um, he was white, and so when I was walking around with both of the kids, people would look at me either confused or upset, and they were judging me because they were assuming that I had two kids by different guys, I think. Um, and the other thing that brought it to my attention was actually my sister. Because of her name, on paper, she seems like she could be a different race. Most people assume that she's black if they hear her name. And she told me that she has a really hard time getting a job unless she actually shows up in person to talk to them and turn in her resume. Um, or if she turns in her resume online, or if she doesn't actually turn it into the person that's doing the hiring, she won't hear back from them. Um, and she's actually had people that uh, were that met with her in person and actually said to her that they didn't like her because they assumed that she was Mexican because she has a tan and she has brown hair and brown eyes. So they just assumed that she was Mexican, didn't like her for it. Um, the other thing that really brought to my attention what group privilege really meant was reading that straight people have group privilege. Um, because they don't need to defend being straight, they don't need to prove it. They don't need to come out to their friends and family and risk losing them. And that really put it in perspective for me that group privilege isn't about what you're given, it's more about the treatment that other people aren't getting.